Age of Enlightenment, Part 13. Blessed and Thankful. I am a mutt from humble beginnings. I literally was the byproduct of a one night affair, a biracial union, and I was plucked out of an orphanage in Germany by my, I believe, God given parents who just could not have been better selected and brought to this amazing country and given every opportunity as everyone else in this country, including citizenship. And it's just been, I just feel like I'm playing with house money. Um, I'm thankful for the fact that I've always loved fitness. Like most kids, I loved running around. I played with my friends. We rode bikes everywhere, played outside. But, I remember getting to high school and just trying 5 sports and just, it became my identity. I would, be, oh, that's that Dother kid. He plays soccer for Walsingham Academy and blah, blah, blah. And, in school, it I was some. I mean, I went to a small school and I was raised in a small town, so it's like the country western, song. Everybody's famous from a small town. But even when I went to a college that had 45,000 students, my sport, soccer, that I had a scholarship in, it gave me an identity. It was so awesome, and it thinned me from the herd. I felt like I had a group of friends, and I had a tribe, even though I was in a population of over 40,000 students. So it was so cool in that it was just always something that I loved. And I paid for it on my own money. I remember the first membership I ever bought was at a Nautilus Fitness Center. It was my first job in the fitness industry was at that Nautilus Fitness Center. And it has always been a part of my identity and my career, whether it be part-time and in the last, 30 years full-time. And the fact that, I was lucky enough to find a partner after 3 engagements, she was silly enough to actually marry me. But, I'm sure in sometime in the last 26 years, she's regretted that decision. But, I digress. My point is, separate but equal. I'm old enough to remember that. I'm old enough to remember, and this still happens today. On Sundays, in LaGrange and West Point, I see the black church and the white church. I took my family to a mega church and, it was considered non-denominational, but, I wanted to make sure I didn't have that experience for them. And I guess the thing I'm trying to come across is that whatever your situation, we're in a country where we can sort it out. Okay. So if any of my posts ever seem bitter, or if you feel like you're being attacked by me, realize you're not. I get frustrated. I get frustrated because this country that offered me citizenship and that I love so much makes bad decisions. You've made bad decisions before. I'm sure the people that love you, oh gosh, that Robert, he has a good head on his shoulders. Why did he do X, Y, or Z? So I'm sure I've disappointed people in the past, and I'm sure you've done that as well. Well, the American populace disappointed me in the last election. And, I'm sure you may have felt the same way when the situation reversed for the other party. But my point is, we need to, as a collective, as American citizens, we need to come together a little bit more. This division is nonsensical, and I can come my 50% in that the current president is my president. I may not like him. I may think he's a total knucklehead that makes horrible decisions and appoints horrible people. He's still my president. He still runs this country, and it's to our detriment if we all don't get involved and help him out, because just like us, if he makes bad decisions, we need to go, come on, dude. 70 million people put you in this position. So, don't disappoint them. Don't disappoint the rest of us who are riding on your decisions. And as we collectively kind of move in each other's direction. I have to move in that direction because, Donald Trump is my president. You may have to move in my direction because, as he makes bad decisions, you may go, gosh darn, this is killing the economy, and I'm suffering, and my 401 is suffering, and, you know, and my family's suffering. So, or my business is suffering. So, as we kind of move in each other's direction, let's take it down a notch, okay? And I'm pointing the finger at myself because sometimes I can be, I get mad enough to make a preacher cuss because I just get so upset because I expect so much more from this country and from its citizens. So I don't want to disappoint you, and I want you to stop disappointing me as a collective. Let's get better leadership. Let's get people that make better decisions. And when they don't, let's hold them accountable with the truth, with the judicial process of bringing facts to bear and holding people accountable that should be held accountable. Okay? I, this post has been kind of hard for me because I don't really know how to express what I'm feeling toward the American population, of which I'm a member, other than we can do better. And since I'm a member of that population, I'm pointing the finger at myself and I can do better. So, from the bottom up, let's vote, let's get involved. As in a previous post, let's be a spoke in the wheel for our community. And let's do better, America, and demand that our leaders do better and the people that they surround themselves with do better. Okay? Let's do that starting today.